This wasn't supposed to happen. Diogo Jota's sudden, tragic car crash sent shockwaves across the world, a beloved football star gone too soon. His death quickly labeled an accident, and the world moved on. But now, everything has changed. Behind closed doors, under the cold fluorescent lights of a Spanish interrogation room, Jota's wife Ruth Carina Ferreira made a confession so disturbing, so deeply unsettling, that investigators had no choice but to reopen the entire case. Her words didn't just spark suspicion, they tore open old wounds and raised new questions that no one was prepared to face. She admitted to infidelity. She described a man from her past, a college friend, who wasn't just involved, but allegedly threatened the life Diogo had built. She said he warned her, chillingly, "You'll be single again soon." And now, authorities are questioning whether Diogo's death was truly the result of a fiery accident, or something far more sinister. In a shocking twist, investigators have confirmed they may exhume Diogo's body to perform a full autopsy, a move driven by growing fears that he may have been drugged, unconscious, or compromised before ever stepping into that car. This isn't just a story of betrayal. It's a story of secrets, silence, and a possible setup that's now unraveling in real time. The case everyone thought was closed has just been blown wide open. During a late-night interrogation session, Ruth finally cracked. According to sources inside the investigation, she admitted she had been involved in an emotional, and possibly physical, relationship with a former college friend. She told authorities that Diogo had been ignoring her for days before the crash. That the two were living like strangers, and that she only agreed to marry him because of their child. And then came the line that sent chills through the room. She said her mysterious college friend warned her, "You'll be single again soon." That phrase, cold, calculated, and eerily prophetic, was the turning point. Suddenly, investigators were no longer looking at a tragic accident. They were looking at a potential setup. Within hours of Ruth's confession, the Spanish investigation team made an urgent decision to reopen Diogo Jota's case from the ground up. Everything, from the crash site analysis to the timeline of events, is now under new scrutiny. Because here's the part no one saw coming. The authorities now suspect the car crash may have only appeared to be an accident. Behind the scenes, they've been building a theory. What if something was done to Diogo before he ever got behind the wheel? At the time of Diogo's death, his parents were too devastated to agree to a full forensic autopsy. They buried their son quickly, opting not to put him through further examination out of respect and grief. But after Ruth's confession, that decision has come under intense criticism. Now, investigators have reportedly been granted permission to exhume Diogo Jota's body. Their goal, to conduct a full autopsy and determine whether Diogo was already unconscious, sedated, or worse, before the car burst into flames. Because there's something about that crash that has never sat right with fans or professionals. Diogo's car was found in flames, and reports at the time described his body as unrecognizable. No dashcam footage. No skid marks. No real attempt to brake. That's when a new theory emerged online. One viral fan comment said it best. "Y'all really believe this was a crash? What if he was drugged? What if someone gave him something that messed up his vision or knocked him out?" It might sound like conspiracy. But with Ruth's confession now public, nothing sounds too crazy anymore. Ruth's college friend, the one who told her, "You'll be single again soon," hasn't been named publicly. But Spanish authorities are now quietly investigating him. Phone records. Social media messages. Hidden accounts. Everything is being reviewed. Some reports claim this man had a history of obsessive behavior. Others suggest he was angry Ruth married Diogo. And now, with over $138 million in insurance on the line. His possible involvement just became a high-stakes question. Yes, you heard that right. At the time of Diogo's death, he had a $138 million insurance policy, and the sole beneficiary was his wife, Ruth. This wasn't just a tragic loss. It was a financial event. And when that much money is involved, motive becomes harder to ignore. Now, investigators are digging into the timeline. When was the policy created? Did Ruth pressure Diogo to sign it? Was her college friend aware of the payout? Because the deeper this investigation goes, the more calculated it all begins to look. As soon as news broke that Diogo's case was being reopened, fans erupted. The hashtag Justice for Diogo has gone viral across TikTok, Instagram, and X. Thousands are calling for a full, transparent autopsy. And many are demanding that Ruth and her unnamed friend be treated as suspects, not just people of interest. One post read, "He didn't just crash. Someone did something to him. We can all feel it." Another wrote, "I hope they open that coffin. Because if there's even a 1% chance this wasn't an accident, we owe Diogo the truth." The mood has shifted. This is no longer just a grieving fan base. It's a movement. The investigation is now at a critical point. The team has already seized Ruth's phone and laptop. They're tracing message history, deleted texts, and even cloud backups. The forensic lab is preparing for full toxicology testing, if the exhumation goes forward. But the real turning point will be the autopsy report. If it finds evidence of sedatives, substances, or pre-crash trauma, this will no longer be a case of tragic misfortune. It will become a full-blown criminal investigation. And Ruth may have far more to answer for than anyone expected. Diogo Jota wasn't just a football star. He was a father, a son, a global icon. And now, the world is realizing, his story may not have ended on that road. It may have ended before the crash. And the people closest to him may have played a role no one wanted to believe. As the autopsy approaches and new evidence surfaces, one thing is clear. This case is no longer closed. And the truth, no matter how dark, is starting to rise to the surface. Stay tuned. Because this is far from over.